and welcome to the show. I am back here on automation. Today I'm going to be building another car. Now the initial premise is I'm going to be building a sort of modern super saloon to go up against the likes of the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Admittedly, it's kind of going to be a bit more of a super coupe, maybe more Audi RS5, because I was looking around for a mod body, so something that I could build that I haven't played around with before. I came across one I really liked. It's actually based on the Volvo Polestar 1, or just Polestar 1 actually, I should say. It's very cool, but it's only a two-door, so it's technically not a saloon car. We're going for that sector, shall we say. I could use some of the other ones, but I've kind of built quite a few of the more basic cars a few times, so yeah, I want to have a go at something a little bit different. So yeah, we're going to try and build a super saloon, super coupe. We'll be looking for about, what, 600 horsepower, perhaps? I'm going to make it rear-wheel drive. A lot of them are going all-wheel drive now. I presume the Polestar is all-wheel drive. I think it's because it's all electric. I imagine it would be all-wheel drive. Anyway, yes, we're gonna try and build a pretty decent saloon car. So we're gonna go partial aluminium, try and save some weight. I'll go monocoque. I guess we'll just go with straightforward steel for the chassis. We're going to go a front engine. You could put a rear engine in this car, which is a bit weird. We'll go front longitudinal. We are going to want the car to be sporty. Oh, do we go? Maybe we go for some fancy suspension at the back. We go some multi-link suspension. Yeah, why not? Let's go for a little bit of fancy. I mean, this is going to be, if we're targeting like RS5s and that lot, this is going to be a more expensive car. It's not going to be your budget saloon car, so we can go with a little bit fancy. Engine, I mean, of course it's tempting to go for a V8 or a V10. Of course it's very tempting, always is. What about if instead we go with an inline 5? Now, we're going to be rear-wheel drive, so don't worry about fitting in there. What about if we go for a big inline 5? Just for something a little bit different. I say a big inline 5, I guess it's kind of quite Audi-esque. I know they'll always go with they nowadays go with the V8s in the big ones, but maybe we go for about. Normally I build a high revvy one, but maybe we go for like a 4.5 litre. Sure, let's go with a 4.5 litre i5. We might tinker around with bits a little as we go along. We'll give it dual overhead cams, get 5 valves. Again, we'll have a whole aluminium engine. Save weight, always a good idea. And now I'm gonna go with forged. We might have to come back and change this depending on what we're doing power-wise. How crazy the engine ends up being might have to be changed. Oh, did I put on? Oh, can't do variable valve lift on this. Sure, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. We'll do a bit of variable valve timing. We will put a turbo on it. Probably won't. I mean, this engine, we're not going for 1,000 horsepower out of this engine. It's going to be, hopefully a good amount of power, good amount of speed, still being vaguely usable. We will have it on premium fuel. We will come back and tinker around with all of that as we go. Now, the car is also going to have to be road legal. For once, I'm going to actually build a car as a road legal vehicle. So there we have it. In fact, as it's come out, it's not terrible in as far as it's got 500 horsepower. We're going to just knock the compression down a little bit, go a little more aggressive perhaps with the cams. How far is it going to rev to? Okay. Oh, actually, it can. The engine, so the valves can go quite far. The pistons might start struggling. We could get some fancier pistons in it. Ooh, wait. Lightweight forged. Will that do the job? Yeah. Oh, the conrods start going. Maybe we should turn that back a little bit. Is that we could turn that back, and rather than going for titanium, I guess we just tick that up. It should be good. Right, so exhaust. I mean, this is kind of the power figures that we were looking for at the end of the day. We've got near 600 horsepower. Can we crank that up? I don't want to crank it up too much because, as I said, conrods might not be strong enough for this engine. I think it's to do with because we've got it's such a big i5. Like the conrod, like the lightweight forge could probably deal with. Actually, what about heavy duty forge? Then it has other issues. Yeah, I think it's to do with the size of the engine that we might be having trouble. If I had it like a V8, that stuff would probably deal with its power and torque, possibly. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. Do we want to crank up the boost? Crank up the boost. Go a little bit less on the compression. I mean, 650 horsepower, pretty damn good power figures. Shall we give the engine a listen? We can crank up the turbine a little bit. Actually, you know what, kind of makes more of a mess of the power graph. If we whack up the compressor, we can get almost 700 horsepower out of it. That's fine. That's all good. Shall we give it a listen? Fingers crossed, it'll sound good. The intercooler's apparently stifling it slightly. I'm actually surprised by that. I kind of want now 700 horsepower, not going to lie. If we rack that up, and then... There we go. Okay, 700 horsepower. We've still got 21% efficiency at 721 horsepower. Now let's have a listen. It's not a terrible sounding engine, especially considering, of course, we have all the silencers on. Now I am just going to take that. We'll put them back on. However, I'm very curious. I mean, if after somebody had bought the car, they happened to perhaps want to do that for the vehicle, you know, that's what it would sound like. It's a good sounding car, good sounding engine, good amount of power, quite nice power band for a car I've built. It'll do the job. It'll do the job indeed. Right, so this is the body style that we're going to be working with. What colour do we go for? We haven't actually built an orange car for a while. Shall we build an orange machine? Can we go for... God, maybe go for a little bit more orange. This is always a bit of a fun thing to play around with. I don't know, I always struggle getting the kind of like right sort of orange. That's actually not too bad. That will do. We'll go with a nice orange machine. Now, okay, we can now change the body around a little bit. I kind of like the flat front, I guess. Can I? Oh, we can push that in a little bit at the bottom to give it a bit more shape. We can pull the arches out a little bit. I don't really think we need to all that much. The wheels are so far in at the moment that, yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Right, okay. Front end. What are we going to do? Lights. I feel like these could actually work. I feel like you kind of need some sort of... It's quite a modern body style that we have going on with this car. Do I like them? I don't know if I want... Do I want maybe smaller lights on this one? I'm not actually sure I like that. I do like those lights. They do work on some cars. I'm just not 100% sure they work so well on this one. Do we reckon... To be fair, these look more like sort of lights you'd put down at the bottom on a car rather than up there. So maybe we don't go for that. If we have one of these that doesn't look terrible, that could maybe work. Modern headlights are weird on cars. A lot of the modern lights are pretty weird, pretty wacky. If we were to do that, could we get, or do we go for? I mean, it's easy to go for, but not that size of a grille. But if we would go that and then pull them for, oh, that's the wrong bit being pulled forward. No, pull the lights forward, all the way forward. There we go. Have that sit on there. Ooh, no, I don't like that. I think, okay, maybe we have to just go with just a little bit with the body. If we just have that stick out a little bit, I think we might get what we're looking for. This is always I enjoy this part. It's the bit that you can literally lose hours just fiddling around with, trying to get it right. You know, I'm not sure about that either. What about if we go for like a little... see what I'm thinking is if we go for like a little double... No, we'll go for like the BMW. Well, the BMW would be literally fill the entire place up with grille. But if we were to go for like a little kind of nostril grills on the front, maybe we just sort of like stick them... No, see, I'm not sure about that. I kind of like the lights. I kind of feel like I need something... Oh. Well, you know what? Actually, no, we'll try a different one. We'll try... Well, while we've deleted them, why not have a go with something a little different? I might work a little better on the car. In fact, I think I do prefer that one anyway. So if we have that sit on there, I think we're going to want a grille across the whole bit. Bring that forward again. Okay, that looks better. I'm happy enough with that. Then if we go for, down at the bottom, I do like going for the big sort of lights in corner bits. However, these... Oh no, this is okay. This is the one that doesn't do the really stupid, like, dig a giant hole into your body. They're always horrible to work with. So I'd kind of like going for... I used to go for like quite even sizes on this stuff, but I like going now for the big side vents. It's kind of... I think it's kind of quite Lamborghini-esque, but I do quite like the big side vents and then maybe a smaller central bit. Ooh, what about... I might get rid of the chrome. Ooh, I don't dislike that at all, actually. Don't dislike that at all. If I can sit that there... Yes, that is actually quite nice. We'll just get rid of the chrome. I don't want chrome on my modern car. And then we can sit a number plate on the little bar. Number plate might have to come forward. Number plate? Okay, apparently number plate can't sit on the bar. We're going to have to imagine. We're going to have to imagine that the number plate sits on the bumper bar there, because I can't put it there. Right. I really quite like that. Cool, it looks the part. It is a slightly different front end to what we're normally going for. Nice. Ooh, other thing as well, before I forget. This should hopefully finish it off quite nicely. If we just stick a lip around the front. There we go. Oh, a little bit too big. It's just started clipping through. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You've got to get it just perfect so that it wraps around, but not so much, that it freaks out and glitches into the wheel. Yeah, okay, that's one little tiny bit too much. There we go. Okay, I like it. Right, the back. What are we going to do? I mean, I feel like we're going to probably go for a diffuser of some description. Do we go for a wacky diffuser? We'll go for... It's quite an aggressive diffuser, not going to lie. Does look the part. It does look the part. How far? Actually, the diffusers are funny. Like, they're really cool. I love that they're added in the game. Sometimes they're really wonky on a mod body styles. This one actually does clip in quite nicely, so that is always good. That'll take up most of the space. We need to do some tail lights. Now I feel, again, in keeping with the bit more modern theme, where are the big these? This is what we want. We want like a big light bar across the back. Actually, don't like any. What's the... this one here. This one. This is what we want. Do we... yeah, let's go for a big light bar across the back, because what I can then do is have... Is it these that will match it? And I want these in the corner. So yeah, we can have these in the corner. We can then extend this to the point that it will hopefully sit and look the part. Like so. Now that is, I think that is quite similar to the Polestar one. Now I think about it, but I do like it. That looks the part on the back of this car, and it means I don't have to fart around with vents trying to do something at the back that doesn't really work. I always really struggle with the back of a car, how to get it. I think nowadays you get like crazy light bars on most things. This is kind of quite common. But I guess like a lot of... I feel like I need to design something at the back to make it a bit more interesting, but a lot of cars don't always have that much going on. I like my centre-mounted exhausts with this body, with this like diffuser style. I think it's kind of fun. So we'll stick with the central-mounted exhausts in there. Ooh, let's do wheels, otherwise I'll forget. And the Steelies are okay, of course, but this car deserves better than that. See, I like those wheels, but I'm not sure about it on this big saloon. Maybe we go with something... no, not sure about that. We go with something wacky. You know what? It's a day of doing different things. Let's go for something a little different. Why not? Door handles. Let's get some of them. Kind of important stuff, really. Don't like them at all. I wondered, again, it was A, a little different, B, kind of like an interesting shape. I wondered if it would be fun. I'm not sold on it as a whole. Let's stick them down there. Okay, that looks the part. We will get a little shark fin on the roof. I don't know what to do about the wing on the car. Of course, this is FailRace. We want a mighty wing, but the wing's always a little bit funky. See, I'm half tempted by like some sort of bonnet scoop, but again, they always... they can. Maybe we'll try in a second. We kind of want something quite... oh, no, definitely not that. So we want something quite, again, like aerodynamic and sleek in terms of a wing mirror for this. Maybe we have something like that? Maybe make it a little bit bigger? It's aerodynamic and sleek. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Right, Scoop. Is there something that I am happy with for the bonnet? There's probably a way to get what I'd be looking for. Are these literally just all actual full-on scoops? There's probably something in vents. I could be here a long, long time, because what you could do, if you wanted to... Let's just pick a vent shape, for example. Let's take this. Now, what you can do with these is, if you take it and go like so, and then you could spin them round and then create like this, these sort of fancy vents in the bonnet. I actually kind of don't hate that in some ways. in some ways, I'm not sure. Again, it's a day of doing different things. It's going to stay, I think. I might like it to be slightly less aggressive on the vents side, like not quite as deep a vents, but it's kind of interesting. Sure, let's go for that. Maybe there's an option. Maybe you can have big big bonnet vents or holes if you want or not. As I was saying, the wings are kind of tough on these cars. You can get mighty wings. Don't get me wrong, I like mighty wings, but I kind of want like more low level, like small spoilers that do the job. Like this one here might actually be one of the better ones. It's kind of a bit it's too angled for my liking in some ways. I don't think there's any way I can change that either, can I? No, that's just twisting it that way. The other wings, I mean, I want to be able to have the auto sculpt from the wings. Like, I like the height of that one, I just don't like the droopy ends to it. I mean, that's massive. That doesn't work on this body. That's massive. That kind of works. Again, not quite for the big super saloon. What is that, actually? Oh, that's kind of another weird one. No. In fact, in some ways, this one here kind of... no, it's not this one here. That one looks scaffolding. There's one... Is it this one here? That, again, it's still a little bit on the too far tilted side, but kind of does the job. I'll take it for now. We will need fuel cap. That's the ticket. There we go. And we will need... I think that's everything on the car. Door handles, aerials, all of the bits and pieces. Oh, we'll need a badge, of course. I'm proud of this one. So, therefore, we will need a badge of some description, which is not under MISC, it is under badges, funnily enough. And, of course, in true FailRace fashion, we have to have the bird on the nose. Cool. Alright, there we go. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but I like it so far. We're going to be rear-wheel drive, of course. We'll have a sequential box. 7 gears, why not? 223, I reckon, the car can manage, so let's gear it up towards that. We will have electronic diff in the car. It's all going to be very fancy. We will have sports compound. We're not going to go for the full-on semi-slicks for this. We go 265s all around. As people point out, it actually keeps costs down when you have all the tyres the same size. While building supercars and ultimately building cars how I'd have them handle, I would probably run much bigger rear tyres for traction, especially rear-wheel drive high-powered cars. However, you can cheese the game automation a little bit by, having the tyres. I say cheese, it just saves a bit of money. We're going to want some big brakes on this. The weight has tried to be kept down. However, it's still going to be it's probably still going to be getting on for 1,800 kilos, do we reckon? I reckon 1,800 is probably about right. We're not going to have active aero on it. We're going to have a nice sporty interior. We're going to have some premium infotainment. It's not quite a full-on luxury car, but it is going to be a high-tier car. We're have some advanced safety on it as well. Active sport suspension seems like a good idea. It is... Ooh, 22 miles a gallon is kind of what we're looking for. Grand Touring is kind of where it's at as well. I mean, this is, yeah, very much in the sort of ballpark of the figures that we were looking for. What are the... Let's see, brake suffers from brake fade. That surprises me. That does surprise me, actually. Do we go for some bigger... I mean, it likes the bigger brakes. Okay, let's up the let's have some massive brakes on the car then. That does improve things. Still suffers a little bit from brakes. Do I have 6 pistons on the brakes? It's gonna be a mighty. It's gonna have some mighty stopping force. I could up the brake pad type as well. It does tend to make it a little bit more. It can start lowering the drivability. It can make it quite aggressive on the brakes. Might start locking it up when I drive it on beam as well. I mean, I have no doubt there could be a lot of tinkering. Oh, it is a chunky car. It is Audi levels of weight. 0 to 60 is 4.2 seconds. That's probably because it spins its wheels for a while. That's quicker than my RS6, so it's, you know, we're there or thereabouts with the old performance figures. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good as a GT car. It's not quite GT Premium. It's low comfort. That would be... I suspect the comfort might be the issue on this. If we went, like, sport... Oh, no. I could just now completely ballsed it up. Yeah, with some tweaking around of the suspension, you could probably get that much better. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, and... Ooh, okay, it just doesn't like the torque of the gearbox. Oh, did I not put... That's a thought. Did I put the exhaust back on? No, I didn't put the exhaust back on. I think I might like it to be a little bit quieter, perhaps. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just curious. Those are the bigger issues with the car. It doesn't like the interior, and the torque is too much for comfort, or something like that. So, there we go. There we go. The overall car costs $55,000, so it's cheaper than your equivalent Audi, Mercedes, BMW. I mean, yeah, I guess it's going up against like the M6 and that sort of thing. You know, yeah, you'd have this against maybe the M6, like, as I said, the Polestar 1 that is based on the Audis and so on. 56 grand for a 720 horsepower Super Coupe. So it sounds pretty reasonable. As I said, it's a bit on the chunky side, but it does do 22.3 miles a gallon. It's not bad considering the sort of cars I have tended to build. Well, now it is time to export the car and see how it actually drives. So, here we are with the car in BeamNG Drive. I've called it the FRM Kestrel. The grills have imported a lot shinier. In fact, it's very reflective at the front. Maybe some change of material would be needed. Didn't realise that was going to be the impact it would have when it comes onto the game. The back is also similarly shiny, but it looks pretty good. I think I might have left the suspension on a wobbly setting, didn't I? That's a problem. We've got Wobblematic car. Did I leave that as... Oh, that's not right. Hold on! I need to fix something. We'll re-export it. Hopefully make it better. So, a quick adjustment and we are back with a car that's hopefully a little bit more stable. Now, what I've done with the suspension has made this car a much more difficult sell. Apparently it's woefully uncomfortable. Somehow that last setup was comfortable. I'm not sure about that, but apparently that is the case. This feels a lot more stable already. This seems more like it, yes. We have got, I mean, it has all the assists available. I put on the, whatever the top end tier of that was, and it still spins the wheels. Traction control is not enough, apparently, to contain the fury of the turbocharged i5 here going to the rear wheels. Modern day, you'd probably find most of these being all-wheel drive. However, it still drives fairly well. Yeah, it's still got enough power to want to wiggle around under throttle. It's not terrible to drive, I have to say that much. It does move about a little bit. Of course, the sound is a little bit more muted perhaps than some of the cars I've built, because I have actually put the proper catalytic converter silencers and stuff on it that you would have to. It's not quite full-on race car levels of of noise. We'll bounce our way across the gravel trap. Yeah, it does not drive terribly at all. That's with the assists on. If we go and turn the assists off, let's see what happens here. I'm going to expect lariness from the car. Can we do a proper burnout? There we go. We can definitely. There's definitely enough power to do a burnout in this one. I've got to be careful with the throttle. In general, sort of sliding cars around in Beam is not the easiest, certainly without some of the more specific cars. Brakes are not bad. We haven't overheated them, although we haven't really been doing crazy stops. Sometimes, I think the vented discs sometimes have a little issue when converted into Beam with burning themselves to pieces. The ABS has been, I think, tweaked on like the conversion cars now. It's a lot rarer to have a car with the weird like ABS failure that we used to see on some vehicles. This one, you can hear it chirping when you jump on the brakes. However, it's not too bad. Actually, this isn't bad to drive with the assists turned off either. Again, remember, it's a 700 horsepower going through the rear wheels, and they're not the largest rear tyres I've ever put on a car here. That is a lot of power through the back of this. No assist, well, no assist bar, the traction control, but that's not stopping the sliding. I like this car a lot, actually. Oh, there goes the slide. Catch it quick enough, you are okay. Yeah, I like it. I like the way it looks. It drives quite nicely, makes a good sound. Of course, personally, I'd take the silencers off, but if you're a moron with the throttle, it will snap. If you're a complete moron with the throttle and you get it just at the point where the turbos kick in, yeah, that will cause you trouble. But there we have it. The FailRace Motorsport Division's Super Coupe is good. I think for the money, it's not bad. Good looking car, if I do say so myself. I'd like a slightly different wing. I might have to go find some mods for different, slightly more, almost like subtle wing styles. I know it's weird me saying that, however, some cars may be. Yeah, I like it. There we go. That is my Super Coupe built. Do let me know in the comments, would you have this over the RS5, over the M6, and various equivalents, over the Polestar 1? It is probably cheaper than all of them. Probably not as well engineered, but there we go. That is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.